we have a special guest in the studio this morning. Her name is Julia Patino, and she's the program coordinator with the Kings County District Attorney's Office. Julia, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And how are you today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. And we have a big week coming up, right?
We do. We have National Crime Victims' Rights Week coming up next week, the 8th through the 14th. And we have a bunch of big events coming up. It's really exciting for us.
One of the things that I wanted to discuss with you, and we discussed a little bit off air, was the fact that this is an important week. And a lot of people may look at it as a negative thing because obviously it is unfortunately a sad type of topic. But at the same time, there's a lot of positives that come from a week like this and the activities that you guys are doing, especially the big event that you have going on April the 9th. Go ahead and tell us about that.
Yeah, we do try to make it a positive event, and our experience has been that, families look forward to the event every year. We do a lot. It's a really good time for them to remember their loved ones, and for us to actually support and acknowledge survivors of crime. So every year we put on two events usually, and this year we're putting on the 9th, Monday, April 9th at the Civic Auditorium. It's open to the public. We're putting on a memorial event, which will be unveiling the homicide quilt from the victims from the last year, and then we will also be doing a balloon release to recognize those survivors who have survived crime over the last year and over the last years. This year they're going to have an opportunity to write a little note to attach to that balloon, and that we'll send those balloons off. And then after that event, in the courtyard, we'll be moving indoors for appetizers, refreshments. All the previous year quilts will be hanging. Many families come every year to see their quilt square. And I know it sounds sort of sad and depressing, but it really isn't, because our families look forward to this event every year. They come back, they remember their loved ones, and they meet with the other families that are on the same quilt with their loved one, and they call us. They'll start calling us in March, and they'll start saying, when's it going to be? When's the event going to be? So we try to get those invitations out early because they get really anxious to know when that event's going to be. And this year, we were fortunate enough to be able to produce a short PSA video that's going to actually highlight agencies in Kings County that support our victims.
No, that is great. And I know you had mentioned that video that's produced. You're going to be showing it at the event, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. No, and this event, as we mentioned, you could see a poster and you could, think, oh, well, maybe this is something for just that community. No, this is open to anyone in the community to come out, and a chance for you to be aware of these situations that are happening right here in our community.
Well, and not only that, also to support those victims in your community. So by showing up and being there, you're standing up and you're supporting those victims and showing them that you do matter and that we do care. And we actually have 3 survivor victims who will be speaking at that event, and they're going to share their stories. And I'll tell you, one of the young ladies that's going to be speaking, her story is powerful. They're all amazing, but we're going to hear some amazing stories, some real survivorship.
So you get to hear the stories. Obviously, you mentioned the appetizers, and you mentioned the chance to see all of the quilts that have been produced over the years. And it's one of those things that it's something so simple, a quilt, but it means so much to those families. And I can only imagine how many of those quilts are up, and how many people just want to feel or see that family member on the quilt, or the remembrance of that person. And that's just powerful. It
is powerful. We have many people who come just to take pictures of the quilts. They just want to take pictures of their square. Every year they take a new picture. I've seen people kissing their square. I've seen people hugging the quilt. It's just their opportunity to remember those. They don't really see those quilts any time of the rest of the year. So this is their opportunity to see those. And I always invite them, if you want to see your quilt at any time, come throughout the year. I'll let you see it. But it's like they just wait for that event, and it's fine, and then they have that moment.
Yeah.
And I think it's more about getting with the other people who can relate to what they're going through.
You also mentioned there's another event that week also at the Board of Supervisors open room.
Yes, at the multipurpose room from 10 to 12 on Thursday, April 12th. We'll be having our open house we do annually. We have a big, beautiful dessert bar. Everybody comes because we have great desserts.
The best desserts.
Oh, yes, wonderful desserts. And we'll also showcase the video, the PSA video, that day also.
So these are two activities that are taking place during the National Crime Victims' Rights Week. And this is an awareness for people to get involved with this special event. So once again, tell them how they can get involved with Tuesday's event first, which is April 9th, and the details.
Okay, so April 9th, Monday, April 9th, will be at 6 p.m. at the Civic Courtyard. They're at the steps, and they can come attend that. It's a free event. There's no charge, open to the public, and spend the evening with us. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. Come be there with these victims' families, these survivors, and show your support for your community. And come inside and have some appetizers and some refreshments, and look at our previous quilts, and also watch our video, and you're going to learn about services in your community. And then on Thursday, the 12th, please join us from 10 to 12 for the open house, and have some great desserts, and watch our video. If you weren't able to make it on the 9th, then you can see the video then. And we'd like to make the video available to anybody who needs it for presentations or outreach. I know our DA's office is going to be doing tours of the office that day also on Thursday the 12th. So if you've been wanting to see the DA's office, this is the day to do it.
It's your chance to go.
Come get some goodies and go see the DA's office.
Can we go into your office?
My office is going to be a mess because preparing for this week, but yes, you could go into my office if you want.
So once again, I think I've been saying Tuesday. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Monday, April 9th.
Yes.
That's the big event at the Hanford Civic Auditorium.
Yes.
Right? And then Thursday, April 12th, we go to the city offices, the county offices, right?
Correct. Multi-purpose room, 10 to 12.
All right. So these are two big events that you guys can all be a part of, and we want all of our listeners and all of our viewers to be a part of this event and help continue to grow this event as well, right?
Yes. And if anybody has any questions, can I give a phone number?
Of course.
If you have any questions, or if you want to be involved somehow, please call me, Julia Patino, and my number is 852-2644. That's my direct line. I would love to speak to you if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you would like to do. If you want to be a volunteer for my program, I would love to have new volunteers. 852-2644.
Now, when you say volunteers, are you saying these are individuals that can help with the events as well?
Yeah, absolutely, with the events. Or on a daily basis. We accept volunteers from the community to come in, and sometimes we just need people to sit in court. Maybe we need somebody to sit with a victim, or maybe we need somebody to do some clerical stuff in the office if we're short-staffed. And so we have volunteers. I currently have a couple volunteers that are very dedicated to our program, and they're learning about the criminal justice system. They're learning about how the crime victims, the services available to crime victims. And so yes, I'd love to have volunteers in the community. They have to go through a background check, and then they can work in our office with us.
You know what's so cool about that is a career can possibly come out of that too. I mean, here you are thinking, oh, I'm volunteering because I have some extra time, and all of a sudden you might want a career in the district attorney's office.
It's happened. I actually have an employee right now who came into me as a Fresno State intern. She then asked if there was an extra help position. We had an extra help position. She actually did volunteer work, and now she's a full-time employee.
Wow. See, I'm talking to all the young ones out there that are just out of college, fresh out of college. You got to put yourself out there. You got to volunteer. You got to intern. Those things are still real in this day and age. I tell you, I have my own business, and it's, I talk to these young kids, and they go, well, how much are you going to pay me an hour? I'm like, this is an opportunity. I'm like, whatever happened to that? I remember working for free for my opportunities back in the day. But yeah, so once again, volunteer.
Absolutely.
And they can just walk in anytime, right, and get the information?
Absolutely.
And what's the actual address or the office building that they can go to, just so we can have those details?
Okay, so that's a little confusing because we're at the 1400 West Lacey, which is the government center.
The government center, and I can envision the brown buildings, right?
Absolutely. And then just behind the government center is Forum Drive. And we're actually on Forum Drive in the back behind the Government Center.
Gotcha. And there's signage everywhere, right?
Huge sign. Our district attorney made sure that our sign's nice and big. You can see it because that was one of the problems is people couldn't see our sign previously. So he put up a nice big sign, and you can't miss us.
Well, I want to thank you for waking up with us here this morning. I know it's probably your normal schedule anyways, right?
Oh, yeah.
and tell Phil and our district attorney, Keith, that we need them back in here. We got to have the whole crew in here next time.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would actually be fun.
And tell Phil to bring in the skateboard, too.
Oh, we have to have him do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Eggs, Bacon, and Joey, folks. Once again, this is a major, major week that we want all of our listeners and viewers to be a part of. Once again, the event is Monday, April the 9th at the Hanford Civic Auditorium, and then Thursday, April the 12th. Is there a special Facebook page where we can get more information on this, too?
Unfortunately, there isn't.
No. Okay. So can we go to a website or anything, or not either as well?
It's on our webpage for the county.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, folks, you can get all the information there. We're actually going to have this video of our interview that has all the details posted on our page as well. So there's going to be no excuse that you did not know what's happening next week. So once again, Julia, thank you so very much for joining me this morning. It's the Eggs, Bacon, and Joey Morning Show. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.